The news minute is with a very young star who started her career as a child artist. She's done quite a good number of roles within the short span of her career. And we are very happy to have actor Nivetha Thomas with us today. Thank you so much for joining us today, Nivetha.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell us about your role in We and a little about the film also.
Okay. Considering V is a thriller, I'm not able to say much about it before the release. But V is broadly a cop and a criminal story, but it runs heavily on the emotional characteristics of human nature, right? That's what we're sort of, that's the core of what V stands for. So though it is, we're showing a psycho killer who's on this, killing rampage, and then there's a cop who's trying to solve or figure out what's happening. So there's a lot. Even with the trailer, we had like a lot to offer. So and I was so happy to see a lot of the audience try and pick apart, every scene, trying to connect the dots of which character is going to be associated with who in which way. Also, because I think we didn't sort of officially let them know how the pairing was going to work. So I think they're like going around doing a lot of could it be this way or that? That's a good sign. That's a healthy sign for a thriller. And what my character stands for is she is an aspiring crime novelist. She wants to write this really cool crime novel, and then she is working towards that. So her method of her methods are very different. She is, I think I can proudly call her a very weird girl in a nice way. And I was able to relate to her in many ways, which I think people will find really like that because they don't know that side like of me. But yeah, again, that part I can't say. Like you'll only understand when you watch it. But I could see a lot of myself in her. And her name is Apurva. She's got this very interesting dynamic with her family, with her mom and dad, and also the way she meets Sudhir and how she sort of gets involved in his journey of trying to solve this case is her journey in the film, and I found that very interesting because it's very very well written.
Nice. And this is a multi-star cast film, right? So how is it working with the other stars? Did you get to work with Aditi?
Uh, oh, that's a very well put question, but I can't tell you. No, I got to spend a lot of time with her. She is such a wonderful person. Oh, she's genuinely so nice. And it's my first time working with Sudhir as well. Um, Such fantastic actors, extremely clear about what they're going to do, very convenient, very comfortable to talk to, and I spent a lot of time working with Sudhir. And Nani is a dear friend, and it just becomes a whole lot special because I'm getting to do a film with Nani again, directed by Mohan sir. I don't think it could have gotten better than that.
Yeah, so you are kind of reuniting with the two, Nani and Mohan sir, like you said. So how was it in this film?
We just sort of spend a lot of time talking about films, and with Mohan sir it and Nani, it can so seamlessly go beyond films, and then we just talk about anything and everything. And they are genuine well-wishers, friends who I can reach out to at any point in time. With Nani, it's almost he's like family.
So from what you said, your character sounds very interesting. So did you bring something extra to the character? But do you have suggestions?
Of course, it always happens. Like I made sure that the thing is with Mohan sir, it's an open door. So you know that you are welcome to give your opinions, your suggestions, and because we already worked together on Gentlemen, and that was a much more elaborate role. I remember I was with Rajesh shopping in. I went with him to Inorbit Mall, and we were doing trials there. I was dancing on heels to see if it was going to work, and we did all of that. So the same costumer, the same stylist Rajesh worked on V as well. So We were sitting and discussing on mood boards. I was part of discussions when Vinda sir, the cinematographer, and Mohan sir used to, arrange color palettes for all the characters in the film. So I used to like take board pens and wait to see what they're going to say, where it's going to be. So getting to know in detail about where the film stands, I think it also gives you like an idea on your parameter. Like, am I going too much? Am I doing too little? So conversations become more interesting. And with Mohan sir, it was, as I said, you're just free to let him know whatever you're feeling. With a filmmaker who's willing to answer all of these questions, what is interesting is you don't even mind if a couple of scenes are cut down. It's not for me at least, it was no longer a question of, oh my god, my screen time is going to come down much lower. No, for me it was like, okay, doesn't make sense. I think it makes better sense if it is not there, because it will help with the pacing of the film. It will help in elevating a couple of other scenes, which will on the larger front do good for the film. So that's a lot of trust to have on a director, and I think I wholeheartedly trust Mohan sir with that. So as you said, since it was very well written, my job was easy.
So tell us, you started as a child artist. So how do you see your transition, your growing up transition in the industry?
I got into this industry so young. I don't think I had a. This was not planned at all, honestly. I just sort of went with the flow. I was a happy kid, working, going back to school, working, going back to college. And I was having a ball because there are a few things that you can't plan. And one of it is when you're a kid, you don't know, if you're making a choice based on how good your character is or what your character stands for in the film. All those things you learn with experience. But I think I was blessed to have those really, really solid roles come my way, and just took it up, worked with really great technicians, learned different perspectives of filmmaking. So the transition was pretty seamless, probably because I had one foot in school and one foot at work all the time. So whenever I was in school, I just used to think about when I was going to go back to work. And when I was working, I just used to think, when I'm going to go back to school, study. I don't think I will ever get used to someone saying you've become a star. I don't know how to react to that. Yeah, so I think the transition was pretty seamless.
And interestingly, you've done a lot of meaty roles in popular star films. So when you choose a film that already has a popular star in it, what do you look for in your character?
That is very true, actually, because see, you playing a role in a film itself, it's a lot of responsibility. You have to make sure that you do it right and you do justice to what is written. And for a film like, say, for example, for a film like Gentleman, you're literally carrying it along with the male lead. So it being your debut, there's a lot of pressure to get it right. And the same thing happens with your second film. You need to make sure that you hit it out of the park. Only then, people are going to, because there are these conversations that do come up when, especially for debutant directors who direct a second film. The second film is more important than the first, because if the first works and the second doesn't, they say the first one was just luck, right? So the same way, especially when it comes to a star cast or a star hero, you need to be really careful about, or I was very careful about picking a role, because I only was checking if it had a purpose in the film, right? If there is a purpose for your character in a film which has a supremely huge star, you should be, if you're happy with that space, take it up. And if you've taken it up, do justice within that space that you're offered.
And you have done films in 3 of the major 4 South Indian languages. From what you have observed, what kind of, how do they treat female characters in these 3 different industries? Can you tell us a little about that?
I don't think I can divide it as to how female characters are treated in films just because of different languages. But I think individual filmmakers come up with really good scripts in which female characters are written well, right? Across all platforms. Even if it's Malayalam, Tamil, or Telugu, it doesn't matter. I really can't say this industry is what writes the best for women. It's not like that. It's a very individual thing. There are, like, the previous film that I worked on, Brocheva Rebrura, was directed by Vivek Atreya. Very young, but such great thought, right? So there are filmmakers like that who I've worked with in Malayalam as well, and there are filmmakers like that who I've known in Tamil as well. So it's not a language thing.
So tell us, you've signed up a lot of Telugu films in recent times, and you seem to be keeping your Tamil and Malayalam numbers a little less. Is that something you're consciously doing?
No, it's not actually. I honestly have been getting some really, really good roles, good stories, very interesting characters, which I never thought, which I always wanted people to approach me with, because I don't like setting an image for myself. And when I saw those kind of characters come my way, I was like, that's great. So might as well, develop those and then work on that. So language is never a thing, because see, the audience are watching everything. Anyone in Malayalam, anyone in Kerala are watching Telugu films, and there's a huge market for every language everywhere these days, and that's a good thing. So no, it was not a conscious choice. The last good role that I sort of heard was Darbar, and then I took it up. But there's also one very interesting film that we've been in discussion for a long time in Tamil. Ever since the pandemic happened, things have been a little, on hold. So when that comes out, I think that will also be a very, very interesting subject.
I heard that you also have interest to direct a film.
Where did you hear this though? I want to know, because I think I must have said something about it as an answer or a thought. I don't know, but people just ran with this idea. Okay.
Is that a thing though? Are you interested in direction?
Well, a lot of people are rooting for me to direct. I don't know why, but no, in fact, yeah, I have, I was also talking to Mohan sir about this idea. I wanted to learn how to approach writing, because, not all directors have to be screenwriters, but if you can nail, or, even get close to getting the hang of writing first, you need to read a lot, write a lot. But just because I'm an actor, I don't expect anybody to give me, a free chance to direct a film, because I have no experience and I need to gain theoretical knowledge. I need to have some practice. I need to work with somebody as an AD. And that I've actually spoken to a lot of directors about. I have told Mohan sir that I will assist him. I've told a lot of directors I will assist them. In fact, I've also told a lot of cinematographers I'll assist them, because I like. Okay, now if I say I like cinematography, the next question is going to be, when am I going to? No, but yeah, this is all interests that I have, which I want to slowly tap on, like one after the other, very slowly. But one day, maybe slow and steady with short films and then maybe feature films, maybe one day.
Well, all the best for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the
Thank
time.
you.
It was really fun talking to you, and wish you all the best with me. And
Thank you very much.